Hello, everybody. This is Mike from Dimensional Walking. And today I just wanted to tell you I'm not going to wear my hat, my UFO Sasquatch hat, because I'm trying to show off my new haircut. So I hope you like it. It's pretty good, actually. Not bad at all. So today I want to talk about something maybe a little different. And I'm going to call this the quest for alien being contact and why it is important on a personal level. So, I've been in the paranormal research business for probably over 50 years. And I don't know really why I call it a business, because it's really not a business, but I've been doing both field research and reading and studying and probably literally talking to thousands of people over my 50 plus years around the country and around the world. So the other day I was dropping Rainbow off at work, and on the way back I had this kind of, I guess I'll call it a realization, a revelation, just kind of came over me, and it kind of dropped in on me. I guess it was suddenly just there, and kind of said that we're living in really tough times. And that basically the chances of getting any better anytime soon is not likely. And I guess, there's many reasons why. I don't think of what we've gone through the last few years. I got to really tell you all those kind of things that are not pleasant that we've been living through. Of course, to add to that, we only live to be 70, maybe some of us lucky ones get to live to be about 85 or so. And basically the last couple of years, it looks like in the United States alone, our life expectancy has actually dropped a year or so. For some people, it's dropped more than a year or so because of COVID, which is very sad. But one of the things I've always thought about, and this revelation that I had was trying to stress this, is that kind of our purpose here is to learn as much as we possibly can, learn as much as we can, and so we can use this on our next adventures and going forward. I got some of this besides this realization, or whatever you want to call it, as I was driving back home. I have heard this same thing about the purpose of being here on Earth many times from contactees or abductees, and my own contact experiences I've had with aliens. They always stress the point that we are here to learn. Humans are here on Earth to learn and improve themselves. So anyways, of course, we should always be careful when we're searching them out. Aliens, I think it's really important. I guess one of the things that we should do, and what I feel we should be doing, is we should spend some time trying to search out and make contact with alien beings or hybrids, because the wisdom that they have is going to enhance the rest of our life here and our future adventures. And I think it's really, really important. We should carefully search them out. We should be patient, and of course we should do it with good intention. And one thing we always have to keep in mind, just like humans here on Earth, there are the good humans and there are the not so good humans. That is no different with the alien species. They're the good ones, the light beings, and there's the dark ones, or the evil ones. And those are the ones you probably don't want to deal with. Sometimes they will cross your path, and you just got to resist them and be fearless towards them. And for the most part, they're going to leave you alone. So how do we make contact with these aliens or the hybrids? And there's basically four paths you can use to make contact. And all these, I've had some of my own experiences using them, and I've also had other people tell me these are some of the ways they made contact. Okay, so Let me go through them. Number one is the normal straight meditation. That would be going into a quiet place, going into a meditative state, going to your void place, and just waiting. Just leaving yourself open with some protection and just waiting. Sometimes this could take time, could take weeks, could take months, maybe even years. But eventually, a good being will come in contact with you that way. That's number one. And they're not in any particular order. I just listed them, but they could be, 4 could be better for you, 3 could be better for somebody else. So number 2, pre-sleep dream state. So what I mean by that is before you go to bed, you make your intention known to the universe. And you say, hey, I want to tonight, maybe in my dream state or right now, I would like to have some contact with some good aliens or good beings, like maybe the Pleiadians. The Pleiadians have noted for being decent and seem to like humans and like to interact with them and enhance them and teach them things, etc. So do that before you actually go to sleep. I call it pre-sleep state. So, okay, that's number 2. Number 3 is basically in the dream state itself, when you actually get into your dreams. And of course, Rainbow and I call that dimensional walking, hence the name of this YouTube channel is Dimensional Walking. So once you're in your dream state, then what you can do is you can make an intent known in your dream state. Now, this is the toughest one. To do things in a dream when you're actually in the dream state is really tough. It can be tough. It takes some training, some time, but once you get it, it's probably the most productive way because you're completely in a different state of mind. And there you can go make your intention known inside the dream, and then you will start seeing these entities moving in and out, moving in and around you, and then you can communicate with them at that level. One of the things when you're actually in the dream state, because it is such a wide open area, meaning that there's a lot of things coming and going, there's a good chance not only will you possibly meet and interact with some good light beings, but you're going to probably run into occasionally a dark evil being. Now, one of the tricks is with the dark evil being, do not show any fear. Being fearless is your key, because what will happen is if you're fearful, they will basically be drawn to you, and you don't want them to draw to you at all. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in the next few minutes. And the next thing is number 4 is in the waking state. One of the things in the waking state I always tell people is pay attention, because there's entities around you at all times. The problem is most people reject that concept that there is anything else around them. And because of that, they shut off that possibility. But if you are sitting wherever you're sitting in not in a meditative state, I'm just talking about a state like I am right now talking to you, and you say, hey, I'm open to maybe meeting a wee person or a fairy or anything else in this state right here, and you're open to it, it's very possible sooner or later something will happen, or you'll see something, or you'll say, wow, what was that? Or out of the corner of your eye, you see something. It happens all the time. The only reason it doesn't happen to everybody is because in their mind, they've already shut that off. And if you keep your mind open, then some interesting, fun stuff will happen. You'll start seeing things, and maybe, just maybe, you can start communicating with those beings. So, and that's what little kids do. That's what, kids 1, 2, 3 years old. I mean, I used to have years ago, I would have parents come to me and tell me about these kids, their kids were seeing little people, or we're seeing little fairies or little this, and I'm having all these conversations. And typically I told them, yeah, they probably are having them because their minds are wide open. They have not been skewed by being adults or being older and people telling you that there is no such a thing. It's amazing what that does, especially when you're young, when you tell a young person, or even a 1 or 2 year old, a very young person, that these things don't exist. Because I'm going to tell you, they exist. Okay. So it's best not to do that. For the most part, these little entities and little beings are not going to hurt your children. They're not there. Most of them are not. There's no intent to hurt anything. If anything, they're going to maybe enhance their ability to learn what's going on around the world. So lastly, I must stress, back to the fear thing. One of the most important things, I'm going to keep on telling you this, probably until we finish doing videos, which hopefully it'll be many years from now. Fear is the big thing. If you have fear of any of this stuff, that's when the dark ones or the evil ones will come in. That's when the energy vampires will come and be looking for you. But if you're fearless, if you're not afraid of them, and tell them back off and get out of here, they will. Because if you don't give off that fearfulness, they don't want you around. They don't want to come by you. And that's when you withdraw into the good beings, the light beings, because basically they have no interest at all in your emotional energy body. That's not what they're here for. They're not here to suck any of your energy. They're here to be with you and teach you. So with that said, happy contact. And let's see what else we got here. Website, Truth Seeker Forum. Have about 1,800 plus articles and postings on there. Many of them I wrote. Some of them Rainbow has written. Other people have written, and other postings from other really interesting subject matter I've put on there. Of course, the YouTube channel that you're on right now is Dimensional Walking, a paranormal journey. Please subscribe. We need as many subscribers as possible. And our email address is dimensionalwalking@gmail.com. Communicate with us on that email address. Ask us questions. Tell us what's going on with you. Tell us what you'd like to hear and see on our YouTube channel, and we'll respond. I answer everything. I answer all the comments, or Rainbow and I answer all the comments, and we answer all of the emails, and we get plenty of them. And I can sometimes spend an hour or two just answering emails and going back and forth and trying to help people or help them explain. Or if I can't, maybe there's somebody else I can direct them to. So anyways, have a good evening, a good night, a good day, whenever you're watching this. So thank you very much. See you next time. Bye-bye.